I was so excited when our parents told us that we were going to travel to New Zealand. Nobody in my class had been as far as that, and it was my turn to travel. And I was going to travel with Mo and Fa, my big sister Inge, and little brother Sven. We were coming to New Zealand, a country that was so different. It had mountains, rivers. We had a book at home, pictures of New Zealand. But there was one picture I really loved, and that was the picture of the classroom that had windows from top to toe. It was, I found out later, it was the children, the infants' classroom. Outside was the playground, and they had beautiful pictures and children's work on the walls. And I thought it would be so lovely to learn in a classroom like that. We arrived in New Zealand on the 28th of March. It was a Wednesday in 1956. Beautiful sunny day. And we were taken to Ponsonby Road. I thought looked very untidy, not like a suburb I was used to in Odense. And we stayed in Ponsonby with our good friends Khan and Paul Illingby. They had a restaurant on the corner of Ponsonby Road and Anglesey Road, and it was called Paul's Place. We stayed upstairs in one room. Our parents were on the beds, and we were on 3 mattresses on the floor, air mattresses we had to blow up. I just thought this was a lot of fun because it was like camping, but inside. But the restaurant was something else. It had formica tables and some stable seats, but the food they sold was something I'd never seen before. Steak and chips, fish and chips, hamburgers, and above all ice creams and milkshakes. That's what I thought that food was wonderful. And it was all served with a stack of buttered bread that sometimes we helped to butter. Unfortunately, my mother cooked Danish food for us, but I would much rather have had a hamburger and chips. On the 3rd day that we were in New Zealand, Paul said, nu skal vi ud og køre og se Auckland. We're going to go out in the car and we're going to visit Auckland, see Auckland. And our first part of the trip was going up Mount Eden. And I heard it was a volcano. Now I had learnt about volcanoes and I knew volcanoes erupted. And I didn't want to go, but I had to be assured that it was extinct. And I distinctly remember being overawed looking down into the crater, just as it is today, and seeing the stones down there, and it was dead, and thinking this mountain had come out of that hole, you know. But the very best part of the trip wasn't the sight from Mount Eden, but it was driving from the city onto Tamaki Drive. The sun was shining. Parnell baths were on the right, and I thought, why would they want Parnell a bath there when the sea was there? But the sun was glistening on the sea. The Pahutakawa trees were bowing over the road, and on the other side was Rangitoto. And as a 10-year-old girl, it struck me as beautiful. And I had an enormous feeling of pleasure inside. And to this day, when I go to Tamaki Drive, I tap into that feeling. I Danmark jeg født, der har jeg hjemme. In Denmark I was born. That's where my home is. Those were the famous words of the poet Hans Christian Andersen. But my home is also in New Zealand. I will always love the country of my birth. But I live here in New Zealand. And today I'm a proud holder of 2 passports. I'm a citizen of Denmark and I'm a citizen of New Zealand. And I'm proud to be that.